Amazon Prime Video. There's a lot of independent films on Amazon Prime Video. A lot of independent horror, sci-fi, cult movies. It's just thousands, tens of thousands. It seems like cajillions of these movies are out there. You can watch them for free if you subscribe to Amazon Prime. So Amazon Prime's a subscription service from Amazon. You pay a yearly subscription and you get a lot of perks. You get free this, free that, free music, free whatever. You also get access to Amazon Prime, which is basically like Amazon Prime Video, which is they're a competitor to Netflix. It's just free streaming movies, one on top of the other. A lot of Hollywood films, a lot of big films, but then there's a lot of independent films. And the reason why is because about a year and a half, 2 years ago, Amazon opened up Prime to people, to any independent filmmaker. You can create an account on Amazon, you can upload your stuff, upload the subtitles, upload a poster and a description and everything, and bam, your movie's on Amazon Prime. And my movies are on Amazon Prime, actually. And it's become this incredible dumping ground for independent film. The filmmakers themselves uploading it, and then other companies coming on and saying, hey, we want to upload our movies and create an account. Companies like Wild Eye Releasing. I have one movie that's been released by Wild Eye Releasing. They're up on Amazon Prime, but I'll talk about those. But I wanted to talk about some of these films, just giving you an idea of the wide variety of stuff that's on Amazon Prime. So we'll just kind of go through these, because I think there are some really good films that I'd like to talk about, and some odd stuff. You can go down an Amazon Prime hole. You can just go down this rabbit hole of just one movie, and then in the suggested titles, another movie. It's incredible. The first movie I wanted to talk about is this movie Exile, aka the Sunderland Experiment, directed by Sean Blau and Adam Petke. And I think this was a film they just made, out of film school, very, very young filmmakers. And this movie is really incredible. I tracked this movie down and bought it on DVD later on. And now I see it's on Prime, streaming for free. It's this weird movie in the desert. They shot it out in the desert in these abandoned, dilapidated buildings in the middle of, New Mexico, Arizona. I forget exactly where it was shot, in the middle of nowhere. And it's about this cult of people in the middle of nowhere who worship this kind of angel. And the cult has these older people, and then there's these kids, and they're all under the influence of this strange angel who came from the sky. And it's very kind of Lovecraftian, has some very good digital effects. It has surprisingly good story. The storytelling in this film is really great, and the filmmaking is really great. The opening of the film, the opening scenes of the film, well, the very, very opening scene at night, you're like, oh, I'm not sure about this. But then there is a scene where you're cross-cutting with the kids between multiple things going on. And it's very advanced filmmaking and very good. It took a few years for this thing to come out. I think it came out on Brain Damage Films, on DVD, just kind of, that Brain Damage DVD. And but now it's kind of, it's out on, it's kind of flittered around on Vudu and maybe on Netflix, and now it's on Amazon Prime. It's definitely worth a watch. Another film that I was trying to watch for years, The Blessed Ones. I think it was originally called Polaris. And this is a movie kind of like a Jim Jones type of cult, but they're like, like a space cult, that other space cult. Everybody's probably screaming their name, but it's like a suicide cult type movie. A little part by Alex Esso from Starry Eyes, and I was like, whoa, it's been released on DVD from Wild Eye Releasing, but It's now available for free on streaming. And yeah, you should check it out. Another set of really weird movies are the films of Chris Alexander of Fangoria and Rue Morgue. Was he involved? Rue Morgue and so forth. I guess he came from Rue Morgue to Fangoria, and then knows all that with Fangoria. But he's become like this experimental filmmaker, and he, made these movies like Blood for Irina and all these kind of experimental kind of Euro cult type of films, and a couple of them are on Amazon Prime streaming. This Blood Dynasty and Female Werewolf. So yeah, go ahead and check them out. They may not be. I haven't seen Blood Dynasty yet. I just checked on that this morning. I was like, whoa, Blood. I don't know about that. But you may want to check it out. Another movie I didn't really have a chance to check out, but I went down this Amazon Netflix rabbit hole, is The Lone Road, which is like this kind of, looks like this female road movie. Just going down an Amazon Prime rabbit hole, I found this movie, The Miranda Murders. I think it was previously called The Miranda Project. It's this found footage film based on the those murderers, Leonard Lake and Charles Ng, who, they basically murdered a bunch of people. They kidnapped them. They brought them to this secluded mountain home. And this guy, Leonard Lake, was quite a sicko. And one time he kidnapped, murdered these people who had video equipment, and they started videotaping their murders. And this guy, Leonard Lake, wanted to keep these women captive and do all kinds of things with them. So the Miranda Murders is like this found footage film supposedly based on the lost tapes, And the guy they have looked like Leonard Lake. I think the main actors, Leonard Lake and Charles Ng, are the directors of the movie, and it's okay. It's a found footage film, and it's a modern film. I'm gonna make my way through it. I found it immediately a little bit distasteful that, at the very beginning of the film, there's some archival footage, which is footage from the real murders. So there's real people who were, even if it's just a couple seconds, most of the film is actually a recreation. They recreate everything. They don't show the real footage, because there has been some pieces of that. This is based on this is a real story. Leonard Lake and Charles Ng, they really videotaped people and they murdered them. And there's been A&E documentaries about them, and stuff has come out. And they do use little clips at the beginning of the film, though, of some of that real footage and some of the real people who were murdered, and that kind of made me queasy. I don't think it would make the average person queasy who had not, seen these films, but the idea of some sicko videotapes you and then kills you, and then 35 years later somebody puts that footage in a found footage horror film. I don't know. I think from a moral perspective, I don't have a problem with making a movie about a serial killer, but then to actually include footage, that to me gets a little weird. But again, the average person who that there's just literally seconds of that real footage in the film wouldn't have a problem with it. But again, I always thought Leonard Lake and Charles Ng, that was a great idea to make a film, but and a found footage horror film is a very cheap way to do that. I always had visions of a much more emotional, much more expensive way of doing that. But again, it's one way to do it. So there you go. 10 Till Noon. This was like a real-time crime thriller, but Run Lola Run, whereas you see the outcomes of these encounters. It was made by this guy, I think his name was Scott Storm, who also was involved in he was a subject of that documentary on film festivals called Official Rejection. And there's like this whole little genre of real-time crime movies, 10 Till Noon, which also has little pieces of Run Lola Run, but then there's like that movie that Josh Becker did, Running Time, and then there's that movie that starring John Hawkes recently, Too Late. And these real-time crime thrillers, and every time they make one, hey guys, this is like the first, nobody's ever done this before, and meanwhile I think there's like this demonic force. He doesn't cause you to kill your parents, he doesn't cause you to burn down the house, he causes you to make real-time crime thrillers, and he puts in the back of your head, nobody's ever done this before, real-time crime thriller. Meanwhile, this is a whole subgenre, there's nothing new under the sun, I guess. But I really liked Official Rejection. I don't know, I have not really watched 10 Till Noon, but I just thought I'd get it out there and watch Official Rejection as well. And again, we're going further down the Netflix rabbit hole. I don't know. There's so many movies that I can't really talk about them just within the span of a normal video. I think some good honorable mentions are the films of Scott Shermer, Harvest Lake, Plank Face, and he's the director of Found and Headless. But his films, Harvest Lake and Plank Face, I believe they were streaming on Amazon Prime, but somebody reported them and made a whole mess, and now you can only rent them. So they're rental only. Again, Amazon giveth, Amazon taketh away. The whole thing with Prime streaming is they're all very uncomfortable because it's such a wide open service. They're policing the content big time. So was it right? Was it wrong? They pulled it. Hey, they pulled it. What do you want? They pulled it. Those guys. Also, Drew Bolduc, the guy who made The Taint, had a film, Science Team, which was booted off Prime Video, and now it still is a rental on Prime. So you may, again, with Plank Face and Harvest Lake and Drew Bolduc, you may want to go to their websites. You may want to just support the director, the filmmakers directly. Don't try to rent it through Amazon. I wanted to give them a plug. And also Drew Bolduc, his recent movie Crude, which is like is a how would you describe it? Is it experimental porno? It's a weird movie. It's a little short film that's available on the seedier parts of the internet. It's on their links on their website as well. Drew Bolduc, The Taint, a cult film. If cult films were still being made, an incredible film. I think those are great. And then there's all these there's all kinds of zombie films, on Amazon Prime streaming. There was this movie called The Scent or Scent, and then there is this other movie, Locked Away. There's so many movies on Netflix, along with the older films like, just like older cult films like Blood Salvage and Jet Benny. I reviewed that a while ago, and just all of these odd movies. So strange stuff is afoot. Strange stuff at Amazon Prime. I don't know how long it'll last. I don't know how long these things will be up. I'm going to try to put some links to these videos, you know, in the comments, in the description of this video. But again, that's, you know, by the time you watch this video, these videos may be gone, or they may be changed, and also this, by the time you watch this video, there'll be, you know, 20 or 30 more videos on Amazon Prime. They just keep popping up every month. There's these weird films. So I mean, if you don't see something that you like on Amazon Prime, my kind suggestion to you is go back in a month, and it'll probably be there. Or you'll be searching for something, and then another director will pop up, another movie, and it'll be like, oh my god, I don't want to. It's really become this kind of bizarre, this kind of this strange indie cult film marketplace where things are just dumped. Oh, and by the way, while you're on Amazon Prime, I gotta give myself a plug. My new movie's Force of the Vampire is streaming for free now, but watch Frankenstein's Bloody Nightmare and Scars of Youth. Go ahead and check those out on Amazon Prime streaming, especially Frankenstein's Bloody Nightmare. It's a brand new 16:9 HD version, up-res, and it's a cool movie to check out, and it makes me money as well. So check out Scars of Youth, check out Frankenstein's Bloody Nightmare. Write a review for all of these guys. They need some reviews, and that's it, man. Prime streaming is just, again, an incredible resource, and it really is. As far as independent films go, it's like 20 or 30 times better than Netflix right now. It's just the incredible stuff that people are uploading there is just, you know, the vampire movies, the zombie movies, the conspiracy theory documentaries. It's quite astounding.
On behalf of the motion picture industry, welcome to the world of home video entertainment.